What is up YouTube? James Baek here. Welcome back to another episode of VGC 2018 Baek Battles. Today, we're going to be using the Mega Garchomp team once again. And let me just say this video is probably going up quite late. So probably about 12 hours off normal schedule. The reason for that is because I forgot about global maintenance because I usually tend to not record on Mondays. So yeah, and I got back to from Roanoke Regionals. And for anyone who wasn't watching or following my Twitter, and you should probably be doing that for updates and stuff, because I said that I was going to be uploading twice today, so there will be another video coming out later today, as well as what happened at the regional. But basically ended up finishing in the top 4 with a team that I feared last minute. It was a pretty cool team, and what happened was I didn't exactly in my top 4 set. I felt like I made 2 big misplays because of absent-mindedness. I think that's the correct word. But basically, yeah. Definitely a set I could have won, but my head wasn't in the right place then. So, a bit rough, especially since I really liked who I would have faced in the finals. I did lose to the eventual winner though, but I did really like who I would have faced in the finals because it would have been a rematch from Swiss actually, which I did win that set, so would have been interesting. But you know, we're gonna continue using this Mega Garchomp team on Baek Battles. Should be pretty fun. The Excelgor team that I did bring to Roanoke, I'll probably be making a team report about that one, since it was like a feared, it was like a last minute feared thing. It wasn't really like something special. I just wanted to go to that regional, have some fun. You know, maybe if I could get top 16, I was like, yeah, I'll accept it. But I ended up getting, I ended up going 6-0 and guaranteeing cuts. So, well, 6-1. Started 6-0, 6-1, and then top cut. So we got a Shuckle. It looks like we got Sam here with the team of Mimikyu, Scrafty, Shuckle, Serena, the Camerupt, and Gastrodon. This is interesting to say the least. I think, not sure what I really want to say here. It's an interesting team for sure. I think I want to go Lele Garchomp. My opponent doesn't have terrain control, which is nice. I could probably taunt the Mimikyu. I think it'd be Goggles Mimikyu. That's the reason why. I just don't see it not being Goggles Mimikyu. I think Tapu Lele Garchomp's a pretty solid lead overall. I think Mungus and Milotic can be a great combination in the back. Handles pretty much. I just gotta make sure that I either have Garchomp set up properly, or I gotta save my Z move on Lele for that Gastrodon, because otherwise Gastrodon's going to be a pretty big threat to my team. So, we'll see how this goes. And yeah, otherwise my Milotic is going to be there to help out once I destroy the Gastrodon. Absorbs Camerupt's attacks, can pretty much stall out my opponent's entire team. The only Pokemon I can really do much damage to Gastrodon is like if there's a Toxic somewhere, or maybe like on the Gastrodon, or Serena with potentially Power Up. Drop Kick won't be doing too much and give me a +2. Shuckle here, I don't know if it's going to be, I would assume it's like a Power Split variant. Or no, it's not Power Split, Power Trick, which Shuckle has a very low attack stat and a very high defense stat, and what Power Split does, it, I believe, swaps the stats. So Shuckle, after a Power Split, will have really high base attack power but really low defense power. So we're going to see the Shuckle here with the Mimikyu. Oh, right. I also forgot, too, that the Shuckle, I think it also gets Z Power Trick, and I believe that boosts its attack stage by 2 stages. So this should definitely be interesting. I think I am going to go for the taunt in the Mimikyu turn 1, and I will just Mega Evolve and go for that Swords Dance. I don't know what kind of Mimikyu set this is. It could be a Trick Room variant, or it could just be, I would assume it's Goggles. I wouldn't assume it's Ghostium based on this team composition. And there's no point of taunting the Shuckle when there is a Z Trick Room option. So let's go for the taunt here into the Mimikyu. We'll see. Looks like I am faster. Let's see if it's a Mental variant. It does not. So I do deny Trick Room unless it's a Ghost Psychium Z Mimikyu, which I really doubt here. Do get the attack stat with Garchomp boosted, as we will see a Z move come out from my opponent. It is going to be a Psychium Z coming out, and it is coming out from that Shuckle. So I'm guessing it is going to be that. Yep, it looks like it is Z Power Trick. So Z Power Trick is going to come out. I've actually used something like this before. I think I feared it back in January. So yeah, I have seen this trick before. It wasn't that great. It really wasn't. So right here, I could probably just go for a Psychic in the Shuckle and a Actually, I could probably just Earthquake. I think Shuckle usually carries Contrary instead. So, yeah. I don't think it's really any worth. I think Protect Earthquake is safe play. I really do think that Protect Earthquake is a safe play here because I don't want to double in the Protect and Mimikyu can actually do some threatening damage to my Lele, and there is the Protect, so at least I break the Disguise this way, and then I can just Dragon Claw Psychic the following turn on the Shuckle and pick up that knockout, which is exactly what I want. Unless this Mimikyu does have something that can knock out my Garchomp, but without that Z move, which we already saw on the Shuckle, it's very unlikely here. So I am going to be able to get rid of Mimikyu's Disguise right here. Because let's see what it goes for. Maybe a Shadow Claw or Play Rough here. It is going to be the Shadow Claw into the top of lay slot, so really nice here. And right here, I feel like Moonblast plus Dragon Claw should be able to get rid of the Shuckle. I don't want Scrafty coming in for free. Oh, I don't think Scrafty would be that big of a deal. Actually, it doesn't really matter if Scrafty comes in for the Shuckle slot because I could always Moonblast it the following turn, and there's no way for my opponent to really stop that. Or I could just Shower Psychic the Mimikyu slot. So I'll just go for the Dragon Claw Psychic combination, the Shuckle. The match is actually going to be forfeit. Pretty quick game. I feel like there's not much what my opponent could do. I definitely did expect the Goggles, though, because I felt like my opponent really just didn't have a way to stop Amoonguss, really. I guess if Camerupt, but that really just depends on if you actually am able to get the Trick Room up, because if I just lead Amoonguss and Spore a Mimikyu that's not Goggles or Lumberry, you're in a really rough position. So I felt like it had to be the Lumberry or Safety Goggles. If it was Mental Herb, I guess it could have made a bit more, it could have made some sense, but I really had to think, I really would think it would be like a Lumberry or a Safety Goggles or something like that on that Mimikyu, because I think that Amoonguss was just such a big problem for that team in general that I feel like you have to have Goggles and guaranteed to trick him up against an Amoonguss. Taunt is a bit less common on teams especially, so I think that it would be Goggles or Lumberry. At least that's my perspective of that team, but yeah, going to be able to pull out a quick win, which is really nice. Unfortunately, we didn't even get, I don't even think we got an attack off. All we did was literally taunt. My opponent got 0 damage on me, and I set up 1 Swords Dance taunt. Well, we didn't even get damage off. The only thing we broke was a Disguise on Mimikyu. Okay. That was a really quick one, but hopefully we'll be able to find our second game really quick, as we do actually, from Brazil. I don't know how to pronounce that. 1620 rating. Kartana, Blastoise, Tapu Koko, Nihilego, Snorlax, and Incineroar. This team was a team from Japan. It placed decently well in the IC. I believe it got the user like 1700 something. It's a very fun team. I have tried it, and yeah, should be interesting. It is Z-Tail and Kartana with, I believe it's Life Orb or Specs Coco, Fake Out Mega Blastoise, Standard Incineroar, Scarf Nihilego, and I don't remember the Snorlax. I think it was Curse or Choice Bandits. So I don't exactly have a good Kartana matchup, so this is going to be a little bit interesting to see here. What do I want to go? I think I want to go Zapdos plus Lele. I think Zapdos plus Lele does really well. You know what? I'll go Zapdos Lele. I think it's really solid against my opponent's team in general. Garchomp does really well with the boost. And Tyranitar. I could bring Tyranitar. I think Tyranitar could be decent here. Amoonguss could be nice because the Spore Factor plus Redirection would be really good. Milotic seems good against the Incineroar. There's a bunch of options. I think I want to go Amoonguss. Yeah, I'll go Amoonguss. Let's see here. The reason is because I think you would lead maybe like Blastoise Kartana there. And if you lead Blastoise plus Kartana, I get to go for my own Tailwind and a Shattered Psyche, I feel like, into the Kartana slot. But the problem is, how am I going to stall out the Tailwind turns afterward? I think I have to go Amoonguss afterward. It's going to be a bit tricky no matter what I do. So, let's go Zapdos plus Lele here. Against the Poco Snorlax. That's not what I anticipated at all, but I guess that works out for me. I guess I get my own Tailwind up and I could just go for like a Protect, I think, with Lele. I mean, I could just go on the offense here, but I don't want to. I'm not sure if you would switch out an Incineroar to absorb a Shattered Psyche. I could see Volt Switch from the Coco 100%. So yeah, this should be interesting. And yeah, I like Tailwind. Even if you double edge my Zapdos, I get a lot of damage into I think the double edge recoil should put him in range of Shattered Psyche, so I don't mind this turn. Although maybe I should be getting some more offensive pressure into that Snorlax, because if I get the damage on Snorlax, everything gets swept by Earthquake plus Heat Wave. So looking back at it, yeah, going for a Shattered Psyche into Snorlax might be better, because my opponent can always get terrain control in with the Koko. So I think it might have been just worth it to maybe even double up the Snorlax, because Snorlax might have went down to the Thunderbolt plus the Psychium Z, depending on its set. But I don't want to risk that, because I don't remember if it was a berry with Curse or if it was actually a Bandit Snorlax. So let's see here. We're going to see the Thunderbolt come out into the Zapdos, which is fine. Doesn't really do too much. It is Life Orb Koko, as we confirmed. Tailwind does go up for the Zapdos. And let's see what the Snorlax does. Double Edge? Oh, it's a Curse. Okay. It is a Curse variant. I think I just want to set up for my Garchomp sweep, so I think I'm just going to keep I think I'm going to double up the Snorlax here. I kind of wish I went for Thunderbolt earlier now, but I guess it doesn't really matter too much. I'll just go for a Shattered Psyche, and the Snorlax should do about 80, I think. And Koko might just protect or switch out into Incineroar right here. I don't think you're going to switch out the +1 Snorlax now, unless you're really trying to bait me, which would be nice. We are going to see the Koko protect here, which is great. Absolutely great for me, as we will be able to double up the Snorlax and get some damage off. So I think Thunderbolt and Earthquake should knock out the Snorlax the following turn after the Shattered Psyche plus Thunderbolt damage, but I'm not 100% sure after an Intimidate from my opponent. But if it is double-edged Snorlax, I feel pretty good about my position, because if it's double-edged Snorlax, the recoil should 100% put it in range where I want it to be. So going to be able to get the Shattered Psyche off. Does a ton to the Snorlax, about 85, which is a bit more than expected, which is nice, as we will be able to get a Thunderbolt off, and this should do about 20%. Oh, it's just a return, actually, so that is gonna hurt. Gets a critical hit, which I really couldn't tell if that matters, but if it's a defensive Snorlax, yes, that did matter. If it's offensive, it really didn't matter. I go into Garchomp here, and I think I just click Earthquake plus Thunderbolt into the Snorlax slot, because my opponent really doesn't have a way to stop me from clicking Earthquake plus I could SD here, but I don't want Koko to go for a Gleam and a return double up from Snorlax, so I'd rather just go for the Earthquake. Even if Incineroar comes in, it's fine. Even if Snorlax goes for the recover, or if it just goes for, let's say, a Recycle, I don't think that's too bad for me either. I could get a Moongus in. And yeah, my opponent has to decide what's in the bag. If it's Kartana, I'm still a little bit worried, but if it's Blastoise, I feel decently okay about my position, depending on how fast this Blastoise is, because I really don't remember. Yeah, I just really don't remember what that speed on the Blastoise was. But we'll go for Earthquake plus Thunderbolt, as there's no switch. So Thunderbolt and Earthquake, I think, should knock out Snorlax, I'd imagine. Adamant Mega Garchomp, even a +1 Snorlax. We'll see here. So I do get the Earthquake off. I'll be able to knock out the top of Koko here. And let's see if the Snorlax is going to be able to hang on. I don't think so. Should do about 30. Yeah, I think Thunderbolt should be able to finish off the knockout. So top of Koko goes down. Great. So I don't have to worry about the top of Koko for the rest of the game. Thunderbolt comes out. Should knock out the Snorlax, I would imagine. Yes, perfect. Perfect. Oh, that's so beautiful. Come out, Kartana. And Incineroar? No, if he has Incineroar, I think he would have brought it out. Maybe it's Blastoise. Kartana. And it's Nihilego, actually. Huh. I forgot. My Garchomp should be faster than the Zapdos by 2 points. Yeah, it is. Okay. So I just don't remember Nihilego's actually faster or not. I think you're probably going to Z Tailwind here, I think, or you're going to Protect. And I think I'm going to Earthquake here, the Nihilego slot, and just Roost. The reason I'm going to make this play is because I don't remember Scarf Nihilego should be faster than my Garchomp under Tailwind. I think it depends on if it's timid or modest or not. I really think that's going to be the big factor. And I can't afford Power Gem, putting me in range of like a Leaf Blade or Sacred Sword from this Kartana. So I'd rather go for this play. It is Scarf and does go for the Power Gem. Doesn't KO my Zapdos. I will be able to get an Earthquake off and finish off that Scarf Nihilego. So I at least get rid of Nihilego here, which is great. So Nihilego goes down. Kartana takes a pretty hefty amount. That took a pretty hefty amount. Bruce is going to come out. And what's Kartana gonna go for? Z Tailwind, I would imagine. Oh, just regular Tailwind. Huh. No Z Tailwind. Which is a really interesting option because you would want that crit ratio, I think. Or maybe it's not Z Tailwind. Doesn't matter if I go for Tailwind, I would still underspeed the Kartana regardless. I might as well just go for Thunderbolt Earthquake here. Yeah. Let's go for Thunderbolt Earthquake right here. Kartana can't pick up a knockout no matter what. Maybe Bloom Doom could knock out Garchomp, but I don't even think so. Elite Blade here gonna come out into Garchomp, but yeah, even a crit wouldn't knocked it out. Even a crit wouldn't knocked it out. So Earthquake gonna come out into the Kartana. Do a solid amount of Thunderbolt just so I don't miss a knockout, because I'm pretty sure I could 2 KO the Kartana with Garchomp and Zapdos. I'll definitely take a crit Leaf Blade with either one of them and just be able to fire off 2 attacks with at least 1 combination. So I'd be able to win the game no matter what. So really nice. No Incineroar, which was pretty big. I guess maybe my opponent was a bit worried about the Milotic. Being able to get that huge damage onto Snorlax early on and just being able to pick up the knockout was absolutely huge there. And yeah, just able to steamroll otherwise. But yeah, gonna be able to pick up 2 wins so far. Really nice there. As let us go for our 3rd game and see if we can pick up a 3rd win with this Mega Garchomp team that is currently dominating right now. 1800s. Look at that record. That record is it's not my best record to get into the 1800s, but it is a pretty good one. I think the highest I ever gone was like maybe like 19-0 on Battle Spot like one time. I don't think it was this year, but I know I think I went at least 19-0. Maybe it was, I think I might have actually hit 20-0, but I think that's a, maybe that was in 15. I don't remember too much, but I know I've had a pretty long win streak once in the past. So yeah, but this team is working out pretty well. The core combination has been pretty solid. The offensive pressure that this team has, the ways it can control the board with redirection, plus Milotic, competitive boost with Icy Wind, Tailwind Zapdos, Swords Dance setting up on Garchomp, the Dragon Dance on Tyranitar. It's got quite a few elements that I really do like. So let's see if we can get a 3rd battle, and hopefully this team is going to be able to do well. Because Mega Garchomp has been putting in some work, it looks like. But we haven't found a game where we could go like Tyranitar Garchomp, get that Sand Forest Earthquake boost, and pick up some knockouts. So let's see if we can find one. We'll be right back with the 3rd game of today's episode. Alright, we got Kenji here from Japan, 1680, as our last opponent of today. Is that a Floette and Licky? Is that even? No, Florges. Did I say Floette? That's the 2nd evolution. Why haven't we got, what was it? AZ's Floette. But we got Florges here with Licky, Kartana, Salamence, Incineroar, and Garchomp. So Licky's an interesting pick. I know it gets, what, Cloud9, which is a cool ability. It gets, what else does it get? I think it gets own tempo. And I think it also gets another decent ability, but I can't really remember it. Let's see here what I want to do. Florges is a really specially defensive Pokemon. Definitely going to be one that can give me some trouble. I think I like my Zapdos' matchup a lot. My Zapdos does some pretty nice work. Zapdos, Milotic might actually put in a ton of work here, which I do like. Tyranitar doesn't do too much, I feel like, because of the Sand Force. I think I like Zapdos plus Milotic with Garchomp and Tapu Lele in the back. Well, I might be inviting Gastrodon in. I do have answers for the Gastrodon, so I'm not really too worried about handling the Gastrodon. I just want to pressure Salamence lead, because Salamence could definitely lead here. My opponent's got 2 Intimidate users in the Incineroar plus the Salamence, so I definitely want to pressure it. I'm pretty sure Kartana's forced to lead, which is why I think Zapdos is a really good lead here. So I can pressure it both. Let's see what's coming out here, though. Zapdos plus Milotic against the Florges and Kartana. Okay. Oh, what does the Florges do is the question. I know it gets Symbiosis. I don't think it gets Trick Room. It gets some kind of Grassy. I don't know what it really gets, but let's go for the Heat Wave right here. And a Protect. I don't think there's a really good point of training Tailwinds here, because I don't think Tailwind's really necessary for me. Helping Hand. Okay. Is it helping on Leaf Blade on Milotic? Or is it a Z move and a Zapdos? Don't tell me you're Giga Impact. Is Giga Impact? That's a single set. I've used this in singles, and that's the only reason why I thought about it. It's Breakneck Blitz. It's Giga Impact. This is KOing me. There's no way I'm surviving this. There's no way. the heck? I don't even know. Okay, maybe I could have anticipated that, but I felt like my Lodic was way too valuable to lose turn 1, although really the Zapdos was the only thing threatening the Kartana. I kind of wish I had Intimidate on this team now, but what? That's not something you really expect. I think I have to go Lele here. Garchomp doesn't do anything. I gotta go Lele, but I gotta figure out what my next move is. Do I go for a double with my Lodic? I have to get the Kartana play right. Do you double into my Lodic here, or are you going to go for the target in the Lele? Because my Lodic, realistically, is not threatening your... my Lodic's not threatening your Kartana for a knockout. Meanwhile, my Lele is. So I'm wondering if you're going to target on my Lele here, or you're going to target on my Lodic. I got to really call this right. I think you would target on my Lele. Lele's starting to knockout. But do you care about Lele is the question. You probably do, because it's a decent answer to Gastrodon. Let's protect Icy Wind. Yeah, not the turn I was expecting there. Ally switch. You're targeting my Lodic, aren't you? Ew. I have no words. I have no words. I actually have no words. Is there a way I can even come back in this game? I don't even know. I think I would have to go for a double Lele. I think you target on my Lele here and you... I don't even know what you're gonna do here. I could see you just targeting my Lele. Maybe switch out and maybe like Salamence or something. At this rate, I don't think I can win the game. Why is this giving me so much trouble? Alright, let's go for the double, and I think I have to Mega Evolve Swords Dance here. I really think this is my only way out. Unless you're just gonna ally switch targeting my Garchomp, which I could see. I'm gonna Swords Dance. There's not much I could do here, because this was like nothing I expected in the long run. So, Mega Garchomp will come out. Maybe it could do something. I really don't know. Oh, it detects. And I get the double. Okay, the double actually sucks for me there, I think. Swords Dance. What does a Florges do, though? Doesn't. Okay, that's not going to do too much. It's a crit. Okay, I was just about to say that did a lot more than I expected. Now I think it's ally switch Leaf Blade into Garchomp, but do you target on my Lele since I double protected? Are you really going to expect me to get the double or the triple? It's literally, do you ally switch, go for Leaf Blade into Garchomp, or do you target down the Lele since it went for the triple? Do I just go for the Earthquake right here? I also could just see a very safe Salamence. Actually, no. The play you should always make if you're Salamence in the back, just switch out Salamence and Leaf Blade the Lele. That's really safe. I'm going to go for the triple. There's not much I can really do here, I think. Leaf Blade. On the Lele, so I did get the call right. Unfortunately, I did not get the triple, but you know, it's going for a triple, so it's really rare anyway. I don't even know if Earthquake can knock out the Kartana. Maybe it can on the Florges, but I have no idea about this Kartana. So let's see here. Earthquake knocks out the Kartana, but not the Florges? What? How? Dazzling Gleam gonna come out. That should finish me off. Good game. The scariest Florges and Kartana combination that I've ever seen. What the heck? Okay, so maybe turn 1. What could I have even done? I really, realistically have no idea what I could have done. Because if I switch out Zapdos, no matter, I just don't think I could beat that with the lead I opted for. Actually, maybe what I should have done was sack. What did I have? I had Lele. the back. Okay. So I would have had to predict the Normalium Z turn 1, which is already asking for a lot. Switch out Zapdos into Lele and go for an Icy Wind there. That was the only play I would have been able to go for. That would have put me in a decent spot. Otherwise, I had no other option because helping and Normalium Z, I don't have Intimidate, so I can't stop it. So literally my best option there is to just go for the hard. I guess maybe even if I let Tyranitar, Zapdos, and Dragon Dance up, it really doesn't matter with the double Intimidate in the back. So yeah, I had to literally sack my Lele turn 1, go out into my, go for the Icy Wind, then bring it back Zapdos, and then I have to play the mind games against Kartana, and I don't even know what the Florges' moveset is, because it's Dazzling Gleam, Helping Hand, Ally Switch, maybe Protect, but it might have something else. What kind of crazy team was that? I really have no idea, no words to say. That was pretty sick, not gonna lie, but what the heck, man? What the actual heck? But that's how we're going to end today's episode of VGC 2018 Back Battles. If you did like it, please leave a like down below. Show support, as well as you can check out the rest of my stuff down below in the description, such as my social medias, these sides here on my channel, and all that will be linked down below. And as well as if you want to try out that team that I do have currently, which is this Mega Garchomp team, it is down in the description down below. EV spreads, movesets, everything. So, yep, feel free to try it out. Feel free to leave a comment down below as I do read them. Otherwise, have a great day, people. And until we battle again, I'll catch you all later.